My name's Ken Whiting. I'm a world champion whitewater paddler, and I've led trips and taught kayaking around the world. As an athlete and explorer, my lifelong passion has been to challenge myself, meet interesting new people, discover beautiful places, and share these experiences with others. This is the story of these adventures. This is Paddle Tales. Hey everyone, I'm Ken Whiting, and this is the first episode of Paddle Tales. In this series, we're going to be going to some of the most amazing places in the world, and we're going to be going on cool paddling adventures while we're there. Because for me, paddling is one of the best ways to meet cool people and to see a place from a unique perspective. Now, before we get started, please subscribe to PaddleTV so you get notified when new episodes are uploaded. We're going to kickstart the series by exploring Canada's largest province. Quebec is one of my favorite places in the world. And not just because they have amazing bakeries and they invented poutine. What I love about Quebec is how big and rugged the landscape is, which means there's endless opportunities for outdoor adventure. The French culture is also very unique to North America, and the people are extremely friendly and filled with joie de vivre, or the love of life. To kick things off, we're flying to the eastern edge of Quebec, to a place where the mountains and rivers meet the sea, forming a unique and exceptional setting for travelers to explore. In this episode of Paddle Tales, we're visiting Gaspésie. The Gaspésie region is the cradle of Canada, where the first European explorers landed on Canadian shores more than 300 years ago. Located in east-central Quebec, the massive peninsula is surrounded by the waters of the Gulf of St. Lawrence and the St. Lawrence River. My trip begins in the charming village of Percé. And having just sat down with my triple extra sweet no foam latte, I'm already falling in love with this place. Percé bustles with summer activity. The village features boutique shops, ice cream parlors, restaurants, and pubs, including a wicked microbrewery, and a newly installed boardwalk, which is particularly nice for those that just can't leave Mitzi back at home. Those searching for adventure don't need to look far either, as the mountains and ocean that surround Percé provide lots of opportunities for play. Although I'm excited to hit the water and explore the coast by kayak, one of my favorite things to do in a new place is get a bird's eye view of the area so that I have a better understanding of what I'm seeing from water level. And so I've met up with Renaud Cameron from the Percé Geopark, which recently received the prestigious designation as the first UNESCO Global Geopark in Quebec. Renaud explains what this means to me. That it's a unified geographical area where sites and landscapes are managed with a holistic concept of protection, education, and sustainable development. Now that's enough to make your head spin. Bottom line, it's a cool place with awesome rocks that you need to check out. Before long, we approach our ultimate destination, one that isn't for the faint of heart. A vertigo-inducing glass platform that's suspended more than 200 meters above the ground.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Kind of scary.
Really? You scared?
No.
But I'll tell you what, those brave enough to conquer their fear of heights are richly rewarded with a dramatic view of the village of Percé and, of course, the icon of the region, Percé Rock. Wow, what a view.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. The Geopark, it's a community project. It started first in 2012, and here on the suspended glass platform, it was finished building in 2017, last year. Cool. And in 2018, this year in April, we had the Global Geopark UNESCO label. So yeah, it's pretty nice.
What's so cool for me is how many different looks you can get at this area. You know, we're getting this incredible bird's eye view, but the village itself gives an incredible view of the rock and the surrounding countryside, but apparently one of the best views of the rock is by kayak.
Yes, it was my first job in Percé, sea kayaking guide, so you'll see it's pretty nice.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to getting out there.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this monumental rock up close. So I quickly assemble my track kayak and meet up with Jeffrey Bond of A Volo Plein Air, who knows the waters around Percé as well as anyone.
My name is Bond, Jeffrey Bond, and I'm a sea kayak instructor. I'm a sea kayaking guide and also a whitewater and lake water canoe instructor.
Okay, so what is our plan for this afternoon?
So our plan is going to the nicest place in the world.
I like the sounds of that.
It's Percé Rock. We have really lots of wildlife around, and the scenery is really beautiful. So it's a big rock with big cliffs, 100 meters high.
Wow.
And 400 meters long with a big hole in the middle. It's really a neat rock because a lot of history, and the formation is always moving, rocks are falling, so...
And a lot of birds.
Lots and lots of birds.
Paddling Percé Rock is a special experience that I would highly recommend to anyone who plans on visiting Gaspésie. Not only is it a fun adventure that provides an unrivaled look at one of the coolest natural phenomena you'll ever see, but it really solidifies the importance of Canada's national parks. Not only because they protect the natural beauty of these places, but also because they provide a safe home for the plants and animals that reside here. When one is confronted by such an unbelievably imposing geological feature, it's easy to lose sight of the fact that Percé Rock is also a refuge for organic colony and hosts more than 120,000 of these birds from April to October each year, making it one of the most important gannet habitats in the world. I have the best job in the world. I get to paddle in places like this. Knowing that I've only touched the surface of what there is to see and experience around Percé, it's hard to leave so soon. But I'm excited to move further down the coast and meet up with Camille from Sim Aventure, who has offered to show me down the pristine Bonaventure River. Cool. So,
Yeah.
the Bonaventure River.
Exactly.
Tell me a bit about the section.
So today we're gonna do the first portion of what we call the famous store, to be able to see beautiful rapids, nothing too big, just really fun, and mostly also flat water. So it's gonna be just a mix of the two, just fun enough for our paddleboard.
It looks pretty much as clear and clean as water gets, so I'm looking forward to this.
Yes, I'm looking forward too.
Shall we hit it?
Yeah.
All right. This is definitely Sim Adventure's primary
Activities.
activity.
Definitely. So basically, Sim Adventure is a resort. Our primary activity is the river, river for a day. We have the famous store, which what we're doing today. And we have also a shorter run, which is called the family trip. On top of that, Sim Adventure also has shelter. We have little camp chalet in the tree. Oh, are you okay? And we have teepees, we have camping, campsites, we have yurt. So yeah, and also we have snorkeling, we have paddleboard, we have sup yoga, yoga on a paddleboard.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I think the coolest thing about stand-up paddling is the high vantage point you
Yeah.
get. And it's so different from kayaking and canoeing, being able to look down on things.
Yeah, the gravity center is much higher. I mean, it's totally different. You see the river, you have a better view of the river. It's amazing. We're very fortunate, especially with this beautiful river.
Yeah,
you know?
this is something else. I mean, it is crystal clear water.
Yeah, it gets green, blue, turquoise, so it's just fabulous. You just, as soon as you step on me, I step on my paddleboard and I'm just like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
completely, relaxed. It feels good.
Although I love the ocean, there's something about paddling downriver that has always captured my imagination. For one thing, even though countless people might have passed this way before you, every bend in the river feels like a new discovery. You just never know what you'll find on the other side. What do we got up here?
So it's called the Cheval Blanc. So it's basically rapid level 2, nothing too intense, just fun. It's basically waves. There's no rocks or anything to hit. But if you fall in the water, there's no big deal. It's just fun. The water is amazing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, after you.
Oh, right. I'll go first.
As a lifelong whitewater paddler, I've challenged my skills and nerve in countless Class 5 rapids. But one of the things that I really appreciate about the Bonaventure River is that it features gorgeous and friendly Class 1 and Class 2 rapids that most beginner paddlers can enjoy. I can say this with complete sincerity because if my 6'3" butt can weeble wobble its way down the rapids on a stand-up paddleboard, then anyone can get down by a canoe or kayak.
Well, that was far from graceful. Felt like a newborn giraffe taking its first steps.
The Bonaventure was definitely a highlight of the Gaspésie experience for me. And when you consider we only paddled a mere 4-mile length of the river, that's saying a lot. For another 60 miles, this river snakes smoothly over its pebbled bed with a watery grace that is nothing short of magical. The glassy clarity of the water makes your imagination run wild about the other sights, sounds, and wonders one might experience along the Bonaventure's entire length. I look forward to returning here one day and exploring this wonderful river from end to end. Well, that does it. That brings the first episode of Paddle Tales to an end. Thanks for watching, and I'm hoping we were able to show you that Gaspésie really is a remarkable combination of mountains, rivers, and ocean. It's definitely one of the coolest places that you'll ever visit. Before you go, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to PaddleTV if you haven't already so you get notified about the next episode of Paddle Tales. And last but not least, stay tuned for a quick sneak peek at next week's Paddle Tales adventure. Next time on Paddle Tales, we'll be visiting Abitibi-Témiscamingue, a region of Quebec that features thousands of beautiful lakes connected by winding and at times thundering rivers. We'll hike the trails of Canada's newest national park, paddle around magnificent island landscapes, and challenge ourselves in the epic whitewater of the Chippewa River. The Abitibi-Témiscamingue region is truly a vast playground for the outdoor adventurer to explore. You won't want to miss it.